Welcome to the Two Idiots Talk Sports podcast. This is July 15th, 2018. I am Del Fuego, and with me, of course, is Mr. Drunk Tim. And yes, Two Idiots Talk Sports, that does stand for tits. And that's not what we are.
All about.
We're not tits, but we love them.
We love tits. I wake up and I dream about tits. Well, that doesn't even make any sense because, whenever
if you wake up and you dream, you might get checked out for that.
Yeah, I dreamt about tits, the night before I wake up, so, it is another thing.
Right, it should be an every night deal, really.
But I do love it. I do love it.
Well, and we are coming to you from On the Border here in Oklahoma City. And we are bringing you the real milk, not that Similac stuff. We're going strong. We're going heavy. And, that was...
now we're clanking some
Tecanis here. They have some awesome Tecanis. We got the salt and lime going. And
on sale for $3 a freaking draft, right?
Absolutely. And right now, here it is, July 15th. You think, this is a crap time to talk sports. And
yes.
Yet, we have so much to talk about today, and
the World Cup just
we got to keep it from being an all-day thing. So, but we got a ton to start out, and like you said, I think we got to start with what's going on right now, or what just completed, and that is the World Cup final. France has defeated Croatia 4-2.
Chance and I were right.
I did say,
Mr. Del Fuego.
I did say a podcast or two ago, depends on what you're listening or not listening to, I did say that France would win the whole thing. So did Drunk Tim. And it's just the eye test. It's not that we're experts in soccer. Remember, you're listening to two idiots talking about sports. But just the eye test just said, boy, these French guys... They really look like they know what they're doing.
They love what they're doing.
Yeah, there's wow, they're really good,
wow.
And then there's wow, they really look like experts at what they're doing right now, and that's really what the feeling I got the entire time from France.
They came out to play ball and they got shit done.
They really did.
That's exactly what happened.
Now, Croatia, I was intrigued. We were talking about I'm intrigued about the history of Croatia. What the hell's Croatia? Now, I know they've been in the Olympics in basketball and stuff.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah. But Croatia has actually only been a country for, they've only been around since
20-something years?
Yeah, it was 1991 is when they officially gained their independence. They had to fight for it for 4 years. So they're grinders, just like their soccer team, I felt like. They grind it out, man.
America, we're grinders. We really are.
Yes.
We earned our countryship type of thing.
Yeah. So
I'm totally down with that.
It's kind of easy to like Croatia, and they're doing really well in soccer. This is their first World Cup final. Of course, they fell a little bit short, but nothing to be embarrassed of. But I was surprised.
France is just really good.
Oh, France is so good. And I'm surprised to see, it looks like their number one sport, as good as they are in soccer, as they're getting rained on right now, as good as they are in soccer, it turns out their number one sport is checkers, apparently, according to their jerseys. And I don't know who this lady is that's hugging all these team players, but there's a couple of the squares on the checkers that are really sticking out. This is kind of a rainy, wet T-shirt contest for her right now.
For you people who aren't watching the World Cup soccer, you have to understand that Croatia is wearing checkered freaking uniforms. What is that?
I'm looking right now. I believe strategically the red squares are right where her nips would be. So she did well. That is a great job fashion-wise. That could have been white, but instead that's where the red checkers are.
That's where the red ones were?
Oh, yeah.
It makes me feel like Mila Kunis. That's how it works out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're wearing a wet dress.
By the way, we are, again, we're two idiots talking about this. I didn't know who she is, but this just in, she's the president.
Holy shit. So... The president of Croatia
we're talking about
that freaking sexy.
Wet T-shirt contest on the president of Croatia.
Holy shit. Man, she's sexy.
Hey,
my God.
I did look up and find out Croatia is considered one of the top 20 tourist attractions in the entire world, which surprised me.
I know they're
and I think she's why. That was pretty awesome, actually.
They're like a subsidiary of like Russia, like all that shit that happened with Russia.
Yeah, it's part of that Yugoslavia, booga booga stuff that went on.
Ooga booga. So there was like
official
5
historical
or 6 countries that broke off from Russia, and Russia is still like the largest country in the world.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah, there's a lot of uninhabitable land up in Russia, I feel like.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness. Hang on. We've got a real authority on World Cup soccer right here, right now. Stephanie Ramirez is here, ladies and gentlemen.
We would really like to hear what she has to say about her country, Mexico, losing. Please tell me all about how bad do you feel about Mexico losing.
Wow.
I didn't even watch the games.
Wow.
She didn't even watch the games.
Oh, boy.
She is discounted from this broadcast.
I didn't. I did help out, though. The cooks, I give my direct TV.
That's totally unacceptable.
Wow.
Holy shit. That is really bad.
I
was totally rooting for Mexico against Brazil, especially after the Brazilian.
So she was rooting. She just didn't know when it happened. Now, I said Stephanie Ramirez. I should have said Stephanie Ramirez Kardashian because...
Kardashian?
Yes.
What is that shit?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What is that shit?
I don't know what you're about to say, but don't offend Miss Ramirez Kardashian.
There's a hyphen? There's a hyphen there?
Yes. Yeah,
what is that?
There's a Kardashian in the room.
There's a Kardashian in the room.
Give it full respect. Yeah.
She has to totally explain. She has to totally explain.
Hey, what about your girl just being listed as the youngest self-made billionaire in the world?
I think that's amazing.
Right?
It is.
For doing nothing? For doing nothing?
First of all, Kylie Cosmetics.
Oh my goodness.
Paid $255 to get this.
Well, that part's kind of decent. But I mean, you can't take full credit for that shit. It's not like you did anything for that.
3 lipsticks, 3 lip liners.
That's pretty decent. I think I might actually sell some of that shit at my current job.
Did you see Dictionary.com threw some shade at her though?
Gosh.
Really?
Dictionary.com threw some shade at her on Twitter.
Well,
talking about self-made means getting help unaided.
Yeah, self-made.
Wow.
Yeah, like George W. Bush type of shit.
It's official. Dictionary.com is a group of haters.
Listen to Robin Williams.
They're trolling.
Listen to Robin Williams.
Does Dictionary.com have
success?
Do they have a definition for trolling? Because they just trolled that.
They probably did. But listen to Robin Williams. He was like, some people get success self-made type of thing, like you were talking about. Some people get it as a graduation gift. That's really helpful. That's really helpful. And it sounds
you should bow down to the Kardashians.
You know, okay, that's really going far.
Mr. Del Fuego, you're going to have to take this one because I don't know what else to say.
That's going pretty far as far as bowing down. But I will say, at the end of the day...
If they hadn't been bowing in the first place, none of them would be famous.
Boom.
No, Daddy Kardashian, that's a man.
He might have had some money, but he wasn't
he was not on that level.
No, Daddy Kardashian,
totally...
Not until...
one for the team.
When Kim K went down on Ray J.
More than one for the team.
Oh,
I kind of
it was just kind of over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of agree with her on that one, though.
That is a sport.
Daddy Kardashian, take one for the team.
That's the only reason I know.
Ray J's a sport. It's not. Yeah.
Like a football
I kind of agree with
no.
this
Sex is a sport. He's not an Olympic sport yet, but it is a sport.
It will be.
And you know what I'm saying?
And Kim K won on that one, by the way. Kim versus Ray J. Kim ended up winning the sport, so kudos.
Even the whole family won.
The whole damn family
Oh my
won.
goodness.
Apparently.
I mean,
How in the fuck can Ray J?
Is their cousin.
Dionne Warwick?
It's Dionne, it's Ray J and Brandy's. So their whole family won.
Dionne Warwick? No, that's Whitney Houston shit.
Okay, maybe it's not. Who is it then?
That's Whitney Houston shit. Dionne Warwick.
Okay,
Yes.
At the end of the day, girl, what's her first name? Now, the self-made girl. Kylie.
Chloe, Kim.
I know,
all
there's
that kind of
multiple.
shit.
It starts with a K or K.
All of them were famous because of the fucking reality show.
I can hate as much as I want, but at the end of the day, the girl's a billionaire. I don't care how you. I don't care how you come across that. At the end of the day, you're a billionaire. Like,
I know, almost. It was like $100,000 away. She probably made that interest the next day.
Exactly, right?
How much money is this chick? How
Man.
much money is this chick making per
She
day?
probably hung out with Ben Simmons for a day and said, "Hey, baby," and became a billionaire that day. With a sport that we've already discussed.
No, literally.
Holy
somebody
shit.
As a joke, started a GoFundMe page to help her get to the billionaire, and people
Absolutely.
are actually donating.
Oh my God.
I kid you
Right.
not.
This is the end.
Okay,
This
listen
is
to
the
this
end
girl.
of times.
Listen to this girl, like
And she's 20.
she actually knows
21.
her shit.
That's a 21-year-old billionaire, ladies and
Holy
gentlemen.
shit.
Self-made.
But no, seriously.
She started from the
totally knows her
slums.
shit.
She began from the slums of Beverly Hills. She had to eat reheated food only once. Oh, it was awful. Awful.
Oh my goodness! Like, how could I drop myself down to that level
Man.
of like reheating my
My
food?
God, they should make a movie.
How could I do that? I could never do that.
They should star The Rock.
Reheating
I mean, The
food?
Rock's doing multiple projects. Rock should be Ray J.
The Rock is a hardworking motherfucker. The
Like,
Rock is a hardworking
Ray
motherfucker.
J on steroids. That's The Rock.
Ray J can suck my dick.
Well, he might. Well, no, he's got money. Never mind. He's
No,
good.
like,
He's not going to do it.
Well, he's got money.
What is he? I thought he was like a football.
Like, here's the thing.
Ray J
why
was a
why
singer
does Ray J
or a
have
rapper.
money? Why does Ray J have money?
Ray J
Why
made
does-
music. He's a rapper.
He was Brandy's cousin. Why does Ray J have money?
Because he has connections.
Because he's a bullshit musician.
I mean, this just
no,
in,
I'm not
connections
gonna
are
give my
important.
money to him. I promise you. I'm
It's
not
true.
gonna give my money to
Kim
Ray J.
Kardashian used to be Paris Hilton's closet cleaner.
Paris Hilton is
No
sexy
way.
as fuck.
Wow. I did not know that. That is information we've received today. I did not know.
Two idiots talking sports and
apparently,
pop culture.
we're going to include sex as a sport. That's how we've moved this into.
Sex is totally a sport, like all day long.
Because we know that's how this all began.
And I would have won the gold medal back in the day, but you know they weren't giving out gold medals back in the day, so unfortunately
They were giving out participation trophies.
They were giving out participation. That shit's hilarious. They were giving out participation trophies like way back in the day.
Yes.
But if they weren't, I would have won the gold medal. I was really good at like back in the day.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Not that there's anything we can reference to prove that. But
well, yeah, I mean, like, I
nor
didn't
do
take
we
video.
want to. Yeah, there's not like. Yeah.
I didn't take video, even though, like, I mean, I tried to.
Like, well, let's go to the film. If we recap here.
No, listen, like, I mean, it's not like I didn't try.
My goodness.
So, like, I tried to take video.
The
and
way he kicked off that underwear. All right, this just in. The erection is beginning.
Oh my god.
And then you add little sound effects. Oh, she's ready.
So
it's like a bad Viagra commercial or something. Oh, here he is. He's 55. He's going in with the blue pill.
He's totally erect.
What the fuck?
So, I mean, so that shit happened. But
Yes.
nobody was there to witness it.
Oh no.
They were seriously, it was really good. I was really good at sex. It really sucks that I'm if there was video there, our podcast right now, there would probably be a lot of chicks wanting to have sex with me because they'd be like, "Hey, I saw you on video.
Yeah, lined up.
You're really good at this shit, right? You're really good at this shit, right?" I'd be like, "Well, yeah, you saw the video, right?"
Yeah.
And they're like,
Herculean.
That's why I'm lined up.
Some phrases I've heard. You're Herculean.
I failed at that sport because I got pregnant.
I could totally
game over.
No,
Dang.
actually my brother and I both are totally good at impregnating chicks. So,
All right, well, there you
we
go.
can
That's
totally
out there.
do that. Actually, there was this chick that I met. She was like,
Now, I just
"Hey,
wanna-
cannot get pregnant."
I wanna
And I'm
confirm-
like, "I bet you I can."
I want to confirm that I don't put that on my resume that I'm good at impregnating chicks. I just want to put that out there, okay? But this is now going out to the world, whoever pulls this up. So, but I guess that's on my virtual resume.
Yes, that works.
Oh, he's a hard worker. He's got his timing's a little off. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know the resume.
No, it's you could totally impregnate some chick. Hey, instead of
it's not on my agenda today.
Instead of going to the place where you go to get impregnated, instead of going to the place let's inseminate you. No, I can totally do that for you.
No,
and save you a lot of money.
I'm in no hurry, really, not to inseminate.
What is your stud fee?
What
Dude,
is that?
I would offer a stud fee.
A stud fee. Okay, so.
Well, that went well, of course, but that's only because Stephanie Ramirez / Kardashian came in the room, but that was great. We went off, of course. Kardashian will take you a different direction every
let's
time.
talk about the Lakers.
Just ask Lamar Odom.
Speaking of which,
just ask Kanye.
Speaking of which, let's please talk about the Lakers.
There was a time when I thought that Kanye was cool, and that has not been a while. So
I would really like to talk some Lakers stuff.
He got Kardashianed, right? Yes. We could say
Reggie
that.
Bush.
And now
he did. Well, I mean,
yeah, Reggie Bush.
Lamar. I really feel like he's a good guy.
Hell, James Harden.
Listen to me, dude.
Not about that one.
Lamar Odom, I really feel like he's a good guy. He just has some problems, like I do.
He got with the
a
Kardashian.
lot of people.
Yeah, with the Kardashian.
He got with the Kardashian. He was an NBA world champion, and then he got with the Kardashian.
Does that change things?
Now that he's moving to China to play basketball, maybe because his act right.
Yeah, get some of that China strange, you know?
It kind of scares me for him. Something needs to change him.
He'll be okay. He'll be all right in China. Yeah, he'll be okay in China.
I would really like to change the subject.
Okay.
And talk about some Lakers.
Yeah, we talked about Lakers. So LeBron, of course.
I want to talk about LeBron going to the Lakers.
Well,
holy shit.
LeBron is there, and then the big stories in LA wasn't necessarily about how much better the team is getting in basketball-wise. The stories this week really were about what is LeBron doing. He tweets out that something about, of course, he's got ownership in Blaze Pizza, right? He tweets out, "Hey,
really?
feeling like some Blaze Pizza," and then
I didn't know about
all
that.
these people in LA line up at Blaze Pizza at I forget the city. It's a the connecting city there in LA, Culver City or something like that. They go to the Blaze
San
Pizza.
Diego,
they're waiting because they're expecting, because of that tweet, that LeBron James is going to be there. Of course, LeBron doesn't show up, and now there's people pissed, but
I would be pissed too.
He never said he was going.
I would be totally pissed.
It's like a pizza party.
He just felt like a pizza party, and so they showed up for a pizza party just without him.
That's why you play in Oklahoma City. That's exactly why you play in Oklahoma City. Because you are treated like a fucking god here. Right? That's why you don't go to LA. That's why you don't go to fucking Miami or New York. That's exactly why you come to Oklahoma City. Because we treat you like a god.
Yeah, he ain't there for
Done.
that. He ain't there for that. He just showed that. He didn't show up where the fans
Is
were.
it the money?
He didn't go where the fans were.
Is it the money?
Where the money was either.
This week.
Is it the money?
This week, as you repeat, is it the money 5 times? This week, he
3 times.
He met at lunch with some billionaires for projects in LA. He also it's now confirmed they're putting together a movie, they're going to put together a movie script and contract. He's going to do a comedy movie.
With like a Space Jam thing?
That's why he's in LA. He's not there for the fans, obviously.
Is he going there to win a championship? Or
I think it's one of those things of, if it happens, it's kind of nice. But I don't think that's his top motivation right now. I think he's looking beyond business-wise. LeBron James is always... No one can ever say LeBron James is an idiot. That guy knows business, and I think he's thinking forward business-wise. He's somebody that...
he's not interested in a ring.
He wants to own a team type of thing. He may even want to go beyond that.
He wants to Michael Jordan the shit out of stuff.
He wants...
Yes.
To beyond that, actually. I think he's competitive enough. He actually wants to go beyond Michael Jordan status in the ownership world.
By the way, listeners, LeBron James will never, ever even come close to what Michael Jordan did. I saw that shit. Michael Jordan was the man. He still is the man. Holy shit. Michael Jordan was the man.
Michael Jordan was the man.
But LeBron James, that's part of what we're talking about, because LeBron, that's a lot of conversation. Is LeBron equal to Michael Jordan? Are you fucking out of your mind? Are you retarded? Are you stupid? What is this? Come on, man. Don't we have better things to talk about? Because Michael Jordan made professional basketball players look like fucking amateurs. Just like Barry Sanders did to defenders. Done.
Just like that.
Every single day.
All right, so with LeBron James, this week has been more about really his business and what he's becoming and his future than about his basketball so much. I feel like, I know Vegas odds are 7-2 that they're supposed to win a title. I think that's crap.
7-2.
I think if you take those 7-2 odds, you're going to lose a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
They're bad odds. It does tell to how much Vegas thinks of LeBron James.
Yes,
but
of course.
If you look at his actions, I'm not going to say. I mean, it's not like he's given up on football. But here he is.
Well, I mean, what does he have with him?
Not much. He's got Rajon Rondo,
They've still got Ball?
Yeah, they got Lonzo Ball, who's not been great yet.
Ball is supposed to be really good.
He's
supposed to be.
He's not there yet. So, the team's not there yet. They need a superstar, to even get in the mix.
I feel like he just moved there just to, for the ambiance.
Well,
of that stuff.
I think the family wanted to go there. The kids are at a point, like in their AAU basketball. He's mentioned before he wants to, get this, he does want his son, his name is Bronny, as weird as that is, LeBron and Bronny.
Let's not get into that.
He wants to be the first father-son combo to play at the same time in the NBA. Bronny is at that age where he would finish at AAU basketball in Los Angeles.
Fuck, is LeBron that old?
He's 33. He's 33. And
I mean, I've got a 17-year-old, but fuck, is LeBron that old to where he's got kids playing?
Yeah.
In leagues and stuff?
He does.
That's weird to me.
So, in a way, he's wanting to do it for family. He's wanting to do it for business. I think it's checking off all the marks. And if he just so happens to get some superstars there, which Magic Johnson's committed to, then in the future they could compete for some championships, and I think it's like, well, that's nice type of thing. But
you know
can't do that in Cleveland.
LeBron's not going to win a championship in LA.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's going to win a championship for the rest of his life.
I've said this before. I'm a closet Lakers fan, and I don't think LeBron's going to win a title in LA.
For the rest of his life, dude. You have to understand this. Like, he just made a career decision.
But he
is not going to win a championship for the rest of his life.
But remember, if it was about the titles, he wouldn't have gone to LA. He would have gone to Houston, somewhere like that. With Chris Paul and James Harden, and you list off the names. That's where he would have gone, but it wasn't about the titles.
That would have been smart to go to Houston.
Which means basketball was not at the forefront of his decision-making. It doesn't mean he got rid of it. It just means it's secondary or whatever.
That doesn't mean anything to him. Actually, that's what that is.
It means he's beginning to move. He's a smart guy. He's moving on in life. He knows he just completed his 15th year in the NBA.
How many rings does he have? 2?
He has 2 rings.
He has 2 rings.
Yeah.
So none of that means anything to him anymore. You know, Michael, this is the big argument. LeBron James versus Michael Jordan.
I know.
That's the entire argument.
Well, we've got a lot of material. We will have. I feel like it. Okay, let me say this. I feel like it's offensive to even compare LeBron and Michael Jordan anymore.
Yes, sir.
I think it's.
Yes, sir.
I think it's like we're running out of material, so we're just gonna. Here's what have you done for me lately? Here's who we're gonna compare. I think it's crap. We need to stop comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan. It's
LeBron James.
It's been over for a long time.
To Michael Jordan.
If this last finals didn't prove it, I don't know. If somebody's really into LeBron that much, they're just going to be into LeBron that much. That's how I feel about it. Like if the stats and this past finals and all the other like things that go with it have not proven the fact that LeBron is not Michael Jordan, then nothing is in that person's mind. And so it's just like Barkley himself said, if somebody tries to compare the two again, I'm going to slap that person in the face. And he's absolutely right.
Yes.
There's no reason to compare the two anymore. They're not the same. Now, LeBron's a lower level. You can compare him to Magic. You can compare him to Bird. You can compare him to...
like even Magic Johnson. Like, no, I don't even want to hear
LeBron James. You can compare him to Kobe. You can compare him to Kareem or whoever you want to compare him with.
Not even close.
But Jordan is just out of the equation anymore. Just stop. So I don't even want to spend a whole segment on that. At least not today, anyway.
I can't even compare LeBron James to Magic Johnson. Where else are you going to find a 6'9" point guard that can pass and shoot the ball as well as Magic did?
Well, but some would say that's what LeBron is right now. He doesn't play point guard, but in a way he does. So that's why you would compare the two. They're forwards with height and size that can play. They could play any range of the basketball court. They could play from center all the way to point guard. They have that kind of ability. That's why they're similar.
And
Bird was similar to that too. Bird could post up. Bird could play point. People forget about how great Bird was. And this is coming from a closet Lakers fan. Bird was the stuff. If it wasn't for that bad back, I'm scared to even see what his numbers would have looked like. Remember at a time
when you put him at the 4?
Remember at a time when he's playing with against Magic Johnson and all these great players.
Yeah,
he won multiple MVPs over Magic Johnson and these other guys.
Like 3.
Yeah,
he won like 3 MVPs.
There's a window. Like there's a window there where Bird won 3 MVPs, and I mean it was just he was dominant.
Ridiculous.
And then he had to go and have a bad back. But it is what it is.
His shooting style, like it's a Dirk Nowitzki type of thing. I get it.
He's a great
totally
shooter.
Get it.
So let's move over to NBA free agency. We'll stick with NBA as far as let me transition into Adam Silver this week discussed the one and done rule. He talked about how they're working on right now the age to get into the NBA is 19. He has made it known.
Because it used to be like you come out of high school, you're good to go.
Adam Silver came out this week, and he wants to go back to but essentially the age being 18, which means
I don't like that.
Which means you no longer have to go to college. You can come out of high school and go right into the NBA. You don't like it?
I don't like that at all.
What's wrong with it?
I don't like that at all. Like, you grow up, you be a man.
Yeah.
You bump and grind all day long through college.
Different girls.
And like all day long as a man, you be a man.
Yeah.
Like, you prove yourself. You prove yourself.
So you like the
all
current
day long.
You like the current one and done system?
No, actually, I want two and done, like football.
Well, it actually
like football.
Well, let me help you out here. Like, essentially, what Adam Silver's doing or saying, if they do this, I think you would actually roundabout get what you want. They're saying they don't.
I hope so.
They don't want the one and done. The people that are going to go straight to the NBA from high school are allowed to do it, but the people that need to go to college and kind of develop, they would be required to go to college at least 2 years. They could not do the one and done thing.
I mean, there are some situations where that might be acceptable. Like, obviously, Michael Jordan. Like, he was ready for the NBA. That's what we're talking about, right? So Michael Jordan was ready to go to the NBA out of high school.
Was he?
LeBron James was ready to go to the NBA out of high school.
Yeah, he was like freakish, like a football athlete that could play basketball.
Carmelo Anthony looked really good out of high school.
Carmelo played till his junior year for Syracuse. They won a national title.
Yes.
Out of high school,
he looked like he was ready to go out of high school.
I could not tell you right now what he looked like or how he played coming out of high school. I really don't know if he was ready. But I think a strong case could be made that this is the old guy in me coming out. I think a strong case could be made that he went to Syracuse. He played under that system.
Beat 4 freaking Big 12 teams.
He developed physically and he developed basketball skill-wise and became
really
ready
skinny
for the NBA immediately after that junior year.
Yes.
I could make that case really easily.
He's a scoring title. I don't know if you know that, but he's at least a one-time scoring title leader.
I think there are very few, very rare players ever that could come out of high school and go immediately into the NBA. Even Kobe, who did come out of high school, first year didn't hardly play at all. He had to take. I mean, he kind of had to take the year off and kind of develop. There's just a reason for it.
The Minnesota guy.
And we're talking about Kobe Bryant. Now, Kevin Garnett is a different situation, but we're talking about the rarities.
Kevin Garnett's a freak.
Everybody can go create a business, but there's only your Bill Gates of the world. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's not like everybody can now become Bill Gates. You know, it's not like everybody can be Jeff, whatever the hell his name is, or Amazon. I mean, like, those guys you can count with a hand or two, right? I think it's the same. I think it's the same way with people coming out of high school going into the NBA. Like, yeah, you have that choice. Good luck. The majority of you are going to fail.
Yes.
But you have the freedom, you have the right, you have the privilege to do that instead of this lame, fake-aid, like, oh, I'm going to go to college for a year and learn, right? And then I'm going to play some basketball, and we all know I'm going to go try to
finish my degree.
It's just crap, and they don't develop.
That's why I like freaking Blake Griffin so much.
That's why I personally hate the one and done. I think we're seeing a lot of one-on-one basketball players coming out.
What do you want?
I like the Adam Silver. I like what he's saying. I mean, you can't force people. You can kind of do it in the NFL. I know the NFL gets away with it, but
like,
it's
what, 2 years and done?
the NFL's 3 years and done. You have to
3 years.
Yeah, but physically you have to be at a certain level, dude. You're going to see a dude snap in half if he comes out of high school in the NFL.
South Carolina kid.
Basketball's a different beast. But I think this is the best if we're going to come together type of deal, and make amends, or we're going to fix this. I like Adam Silver's idea of you have the right, you have the choice, and you can totally screw it up. And let's face it, rookie contracts are not that big. It's not like
not like the NFL.
You're going to make some money.
Sam Bradford, he totally broke the record.
Yeah, like the league minimum.
How much money
the league minimum is $2 million.
That's insane.
You can live on it. I mean, you may have to get food stamps.
You don't know if these kids are. These are kids.
They're kids.
You don't know that they're gonna actually go out there and perform. You don't know, but you're gonna pay them $2 million or whatever.
I think we've talked about this before. They always draft, especially anymore. They draft on potential. They don't draft on current skill.
like fucking OU dude.
Trae Young.
No, football.
Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield. Like, you go and pay him that kind of money. Like, you have no idea if he's going to actually, like, perform, like, the Heisman money that he just made.
Teams get it wrong all the time. You're drafting on potential.
What's the San Diego guy's name? Oh, my God. Like,
there's a few of them.
No, the San Diego guy that, like, won the Heisman, did all that kind of stuff. It's so ridiculous. He was paid so much money, and it's so ridiculous because Leaf. Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf.
For whatever reason, my brain was not going to Ryan Leaf. But
all day long. Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf, one of the biggest busts. Yeah.
What a loser. What a loser. Like, maybe even a bigger loser than I am. So, like, seriously.
Well, he was a head case.
Holy shit.
He had all the physical attributes, but he was a head case. Peyton Manning was not.
Well, see, and you never know. You never know. Baker Mayfield, whoever, you never know if someone's going to be a head case or not. I mean, people are freaking nuts, like, all the time. There's nothing you can... There's no, like, test you can run or...
Just ask the guy that shot the people in Vegas. I mean, he was in his 60s.
He was very successful. He made lots of money. He was a millionaire. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Allegedly. I don't know.
No, that's a good point. I like that point.
Like, maybe he was a head case.
He was a millionaire.
Maybe the government hit it all. I don't know.
No, he was a millionaire. He was a millionaire whenever he, like, blasted, like, 50-something people, right? Yeah, so you never know how people are going to do.
50-something people.
Yeah.
So Adam Silver also said... Adam Sandler, great.
No, we're not on Netflix.
Oh, I like turkey. That's what Adam Sandler said. Adam Silver said.
Actually,
I didn't realize their names were that similar.
I played an Adam Sandler song at On the Border the other night.
Well, that's nice.
That was fun. I mean, there wasn't anybody there, but
Adam Silver came out and said, trying to keep this train on the rails here.
Yes,
Adam Silver also made mention there was talks about I'm really interested to get your viewpoint on this. I don't know if you've heard about this. Obviously there's a divide. Like, the West is stacked and the East is absolutely ridiculous right now. He was talking about the potential of them, instead of conference versus conference, just reseeding the whole thing 1 through 16.
Oh, shit.
What do you think about that?
Well, for one thing, that makes me think of the NFL instead of doing conference versus conference, and they started doing this thing that, like, schoolyard shit. And I'm really tired of that shit. They did that in the NBA as well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And so... No, something has to happen, obviously, because the West has got to stop being way more dominant than the Eastern Conference. That's getting really old. That's making people not watch the NBA as much.
Here's my thought.
That's a thing. That's why that's happening.
Here's my thought on this. I think if you reseed and you do a 1 through 16, I think sometimes there's fool's gold in people's records. Teams win games against other bad teams, and they look like they're really good, and it turns out they're just shit. Just ask the Toronto Raptors, who had the best record in the East, and then LeBron came to town, and they're just like, okay, all right, we were just kidding. We're really not that good. I think so.
Exactly.
So how do you seed the one?
Exactly.
How do you seed the 1 through 16? Would you say who has the best record? Well, what if this record over here is they've got a lot of wins,
but they're playing against mostly like Eastern Conference foes.
Exactly.
Done.
So,
start playing better.
But how do you figure that? If a team has a winning record over here and this team has this record over here in the West, I mean,
Adam Silver has to come up with a better plan.
How do you determine who's better out of the two? Do you say, well, this team's better because they have a better record? Or do you say, well, this team has a worse record, but they're playing in the West, so I'm going to put them in the 16, and that team's going to get left out? I think it's crap.
I get it.
Personally, and again,
the Nuggets.
Again, this is old man coming out of me.
Good.
Leave that shit alone. That's what I say. I say leave the shit alone. Look, there's always going to be a swing.
Yes.
There's going to be a swing of balance in the NBA. There always will be. There always has been. The West has been dominant for a while. There was a time where the East was dominant. I think that...
When was the East dominant? Like, I'm really having a lot of trouble thinking about that because I've thought about this for a while.
Let's see.
What was the East dominant?
Let's see. Bulls, Knicks, Pacers,
that
Pistons.
was like a short period. That was a short period.
It's a period of time. They're all short periods of time. Like, when the Warriors get old, that period's going to be over.
The Lakers beat the shit out of the Celtics and stuff throughout the 80s.
Yeah, well,
seriously, the West has been the most dominant freaking conference.
The West
throughout the 30 years,
for the most part. But I think that you got to leave it alone. The main thing is your travel stuff. A lot of it is your geography. There's a reason why there's an East and West. I think you leave it alone. Teams just get better. Stop sucking. I mean, I know that's like
bring more competition. That's what we're
that's
talking
a lazy
about.
motivational speech.
No. Bring more
stop
competition.
Sucking. Get better.
Bring more competition to the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous.
It's not like the West side of the country is inherently better than the East side of the country. Just get better. As a matter of fact, more people are densely populated in the East than they are the West.
That's true. That's where the country started.
Okay, so the money's there.
So something has to happen. So Adam Silver is trying to change this dynamic, right?
They're in talks about it.
So,
but I say
whatever the fuck he's wanting to do,
that's
retarded. That's totally stupid.
I don't think it's something you can control, nor should you, to an extent. Look, okay, for an instance, we hate the Warriors. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
We hate the Warriors.
Yes, sir.
And this hurts.
All day long.
And this is going to hurt to say this, but the Warriors right now are smarter than everybody else.
Yeah, they just picked up freaking Cousins.
The Warriors drafted.
We need to talk about that, by the way.
The Warriors drafted. They picked up all these players. They won 73 games and got the record. This is without Kevin Durant.
The freaking Michael Jordan, the greatest team of all time. They beat their record.
Without Kevin Durant. Then, instead of resting on their laurels, they didn't rest on their laurels. They went and got Kevin Durant. Because that was a need. That was actually a need that they had on their team. Now they just came off of an NBA title, and instead of just resting and going, wow, look at us, we're NBA champions, what did they do? They went and got DeMarcus Cousins, which was a need on the team. They're smarter.
Big man in the freaking trenches.
They're smarter
all day long
than the other teams. So what are we supposed to do? Be mad because they're smarter than us? I get it.
Yes.
At the end of the day...
How are they not cheating? They've got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry...
Drunk Tim. I've got to say. And like I said, it hurts. It hurts to admit to this. It hurts to say this. But they're doing it better.
How are they not cheating, though? They're not cheating.
They're not cheating.
They got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry... Klay Thompson.
They're in the salary cap.
And
they have a salary cap, and they're in it.
Yeah, they're not paying people under the table at all. There's no chance. Sorry. But there's no possibility that that's happening. There's no possibility that they're paying people under the table. Are you serious? They have Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and now they picked up freaking DeMarcus Cousins. Are you kidding me that they're not cheating me? Come on, man. Come on, man.
First off, they're
San Franciscoing the shit out of this.
There's a couple of things to that. First off, if there's no proof of that, that's a good start. The second thing is if they are, do you think there's literally no other team in the NBA doing it? That's what I'm saying.
Well, of course there are.
If they're doing anything,
I know that the Thunder aren't.
If they're doing anything, they're only just doing it better, and that's what we hate about them. Right?
Okay, mark my words. After the DeMarcus Cousins trade or whatever the fuck that deal was, they're gonna be on lockdown. They're gonna be investigated.
For what?
For cheating.
The guy just
They're totally cheating.
The guy just came off of an Achilles tear.
DeMarcus Cousins might be arguably the best center in the world.
Is he the best center in the world if he's got an Achilles tear that hadn't healed?
That's a good question. I'll give you that. Who else is the best center in the world if he's not?
There's not a lot of great ones right now. I mean,
no, there's not.
I mean, there's your Dwight Howards of the world.
Yeah, but he's getting old.
He seems to go into oblivion.
He's getting old as fuck. He's getting old as fuck. He's a 3-time defensive player of the year.
He's younger than you might think, but he's not.
Well, he came out of high school.
He's not progressing.
He came out of high school.
But no, you're right. DeMarcus Cousins, when healthy, is arguably right now the best center in the NBA offensively. And so
how is
they just picked that up.
Warriors gonna snag him and nobody's looking at them like they're cheating?
Well, we haven't.
How is that happening or not happening?
Well, here's a couple of things. One, we didn't even know that they were talking to him. That's weird. Usually in this day and age, you know that these people are talking to each other, right?
Yeah.
That just came out of the blue. That surprised people that were insiders.
I told you.
And not only that,
I wanted him to come to Oklahoma City.
Sure, but
that would have been fantastic.
Not only that, we didn't hear anything where he was even talking to other teams. And I'm wondering, because of the Achilles tear, if teams were a little leery. Because at that point, I think he was wanting he figured he was a max player, which he would have been if he was healthy.
Yeah, of course.
But now
you give him some max money.
But you didn't hear a lot of talks about Cousins talking to multiple teams. It just wasn't happening.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I think the Warriors saw the opportunity and took it. And, isn't that success these days? You see the opportunity and you take it?
As opposed to the Thunder that didn't?
Well, no. You can't say that. I mean, the Thunder...
Obviously the Thunder didn't take the opportunity.
Well,
why didn't they?
For DeMarcus Cousins?
That was perfect for them.
What would they have done with it? Okay, man, golly, we're rabbit-holing all over. I just think, what would the Thunder have done with DeMarcus Cousins? When you have...
They would have had to probably trade something.
Remember who the Thunder have at center right now.
I want to trade
remember who they have at center right now.
I want to trade a draft trade.
But who do the Thunder have at center right now?
Steven Adams. He's really good.
So you bring in DeMarcus Cousins. Who do you play?
I don't want to get rid of Steven Adams.
Are you going to bench one of those two players now? In a league that plays small ball, you're going to play two twin towers?
That's one of the things that really fucks me up.
I don't know that it would have made sense for the Thunder.
It really fucks me up because I don't want, people talk all day long about how well this person would work with this other team's system and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
But they don't realize
and Cousins is not a rock.
You have to give up something for that shit.
Sure you do.
You have to give up something for that same shit.
And Cousins, by the way, is not
saying right now.
Cousins is not known as a locker room guy, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Why didn't New Orleans fight for him to stay? You know?
Shit, that would be dynamic if he was really.
Well, he was there, and then he got hurt, but they didn't fight for him to stay.
What, they shipped him back to Sacramento, or
no? He went from there to the Warriors. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if Anthony Davis, you think Anthony Davis, if he was
we talked about this last week.
We did. If Anthony Davis thought, man, I like that Boogie Cousins guy, we need to keep him, do you think the Pelicans would have been like, no, man?
It's Anthony Davis's team.
Absolutely.
Like a Kevin Durant shit.
So
I totally get that.
He's not a good locker room guy.
No, if I'm Anthony Davis,
which I love.
I get to do whatever the fuck I want to.
I love.
Get this motherfucker out of my locker room.
And hopefully he goes to the Warriors and he ruins the locker room there. That'd be awesome. I think that'd be great. That's like the best hope for the entire league.
So, and that's another thing too. Like Anthony Davis being in New Orleans, you got to be kidding me. Come on, man.
He loves it there.
Do you not want a ring? What is that?
He wants a ring.
What is that? He's like one of the top 5 players in the world.
I think he wants to attract others to New Orleans. I think he wants to win.
He's one of the top 5 players in the world. He's been there for how many years?
I don't know. Oh, boy.
He's been there for over 5 years.
Yeah.
And that shit's got to stop. If I'm him, I'm like, no. I got to go somewhere else. Done. Easy peasy. I'm going somewhere else. Like, I'm going to do a LeBron James. I'm going to do a Kevin Durant type of bullshit. Like, bye-bye. I'm going to go to where I win a championship ring.
You know, you say that, but it's like, what if we were living in New Orleans right now? Would we feel that way? We'd be like, no, man, we got to keep that guy. He's got to be loyal to the community. He's got to be here. He's got to be this. He's got to be that. Man, we can bring people in. It's Anthony Davis. Isn't that why we're mad at Kevin Durant?
Well, yeah, but I mean, Kevin Durant was a fucking god whenever he was here. He was a fucking god.
Anthony Davis is right at that level.
No,
he's not scoring. He's not multiple scoring title guy like Durant, but he's got the full package.
Anthony Davis wasn't the near Kevin Durant, Oklahoma City type of thing. No, like we held Kevin Durant up like really high.
You don't think New Orleans does that right now?
No, I know that they don't. That's why they have the Utah Jazz.
You don't think they show up?
Sold. Utah Jazz. Like, do your research, man. Utah Jazz. New Orleans sucks ass at...
You heard it here first.
Yes. New Orleans sucks ass at supporting their basketball teams. That's why they have the Utah Jazz. Like, what the fuck do those Mormons fucking know about jazz music? Like the Lakers? Like, seriously, the Lakers?
Yeah.
The Minneapolis Lakers going to L.A.? Come on, man. Give me a break, dude. New Orleans basketball? You got to be kidding me. It was kind of like a helpful thing that New Orleans had the hurricane and they came to Oklahoma City. It's like, you're welcome. Yes. And now we have the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm really appreciative of that hurricane. It worked out really well for us. I'm totally right. I'm totally, like, so seriously thankful for that hurricane in 2005 that gave us the freaking Hornets for 2 years. We showed them how good we are at supporting a professional basketball team. And then the Thunder came here. Like, isn't that weird? Like, all of a sudden,
it's weird.
Like, we have a professional basketball team after the hurricane. Yeah, that happened exactly the same way.
That's right. Post-hurricane basketball team.
And Seattle, really were pissed off.
Oh, boy.
Like, let's talk about that shit.
Oh, boy.
Seattle did not support their basketball team.
Yeah.
So the Oklahoma-owned like Thunder person went over there.
Clay
was
Bennett.
like, yes, and he was like, "No, I'm not going to move your basketball team to Oklahoma City." But you're an Oklahoma Cityan. Like, no, I'm not gonna move it over there. Okay, I just want you guys to like build a new stadium. We're not gonna do that. Okay, well, goodbye to the Super Psionics and all that kind of stuff. Goodbye. Like, it's totally gone. We're now in Oklahoma City. And they still hate on him for that same shit.
That's right.
Like, no, like...
Forever.
Yeah, right. Probably forever.
Yeah. So, speaking of hatred, Terrell Owens... There's quite a bit of beef right now between Terrell Owens and the Hall of Fame committee. Of course, Terrell Owens is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame along with I should have written the list here, but it's like Ray Lewis and Randy Moss. Some of those low names.
With Ray Lewis?
Yeah, and
Ray Lewis is the man.
Yes, that's
He's
how you
the
get.
greatest linebacker of all time.
That's actually how you get into the Hall of Fame. You become the man. Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So
No, you're fine. More beer.
No, yes, yes.
Huh?
Like I heard.
Another Coke.
I'm sorry. Like our On the Border server is like really treating us well. So we just want to mention that.
I'll just grab it if he doesn't want to.
Okay.
Shout out like a
So-
motherfucker.
Terrell Owens.
In the same class as Ray Lewis.
All right. So Terrell Owens has been invited to the Hall of Fame. Now, he's been eligible for 3 years before this and has not gotten in. He is pretty pissed about that because some would argue that by all statistical accounts, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's right up there as like your top. He's easily in your top 5 wide receivers of all time, and should easily be a first ballot Hall of Famer, which obviously this makes him not. Terrell Owens has decided to not show up for the Hall of Fame ceremonies.
I heard about that.
He instead is going to give a speech at his alma mater. It's UT Chattanooga.
That's hardcore. That's pretty hardcore.
Ceremonies
That's
are
really
on
cool.
August 3rd and 4th. He's going to give a speech on the 4th or whatever and do that there. They're basically going to have to mail... they're going to have to mail his gold jacket to him.
That shit's hilarious.
So, but both parties are kind of like not backing down. Like Terrell Owens is pissed, obviously, that he wasn't first ballot Hall of Famer.
Terrell Owens can go fuck himself, by the way.
The Hall of Fame, they're upset, they're pissed that he's not showing for a Hall of Fame ceremony. This would be, as far as I know, this is a first. Like, I mean, obviously some people don't show because they're kind of, dead. But, like, he's alive, and...
Because they do induct, like, dead people.
They do. They do all the
Yeah.
time. But he's alive, and he's saying, nah, he's kind of giving them the bird, and I'm not going to go.
He's
So
totally douchebagging the shit out of this.
right, so they're kind of douchebagging back, and they're like, well, we might mention your name. They'll have his picture there.
We might mention your name.
Yeah, like, we may mention you. And it's just kind of like, oh, well, all right. It's really awkward, and I think it's fun to talk about. So,
No, I love, like, please, let's talk about it.
Look, Terrell Owens.
Terrell Owens.
I look at it this way. Look,
such a douchebag.
as far as personality and psyche and stuff, he's a bitch. He
has totally been a bitch his entire career.
He is
his entire career.
He's a bitch. But I will say that his work ethic, I will say that his what he's done on the field, I will say that all of his statistics say that in some degree he's absolutely correct. he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer.
No, this is where I'm going to argue with you.
You're fine.
This is a damn good point.
Well, when you see
John the fucking Madden,
he was a good receiver.
John Madden was inducted the same fucking year that fucking the Dallas receiver.
What does that have to do with Terrell Owens? I don't know.
No, the Dallas receiver. Come on, man, help me out.
Michael Irvin?
Michael Irvin. John Madden was inducted into the Hall of Fame the same exact year that Michael Irvin got inducted into. Fuck the inductees ceremonies, all that bullshit. I'm tired of it. Like, what's his face? Like, he can suck my nut. Okay. Fucking Terrell Owens can suck my nut. Because, seriously, John Madden.
Hashtag suck my nut.
John Madden being inducted the same year that Michael Irvin did? Are you fucking serious? Are you out of your mind?
It's interesting that you It's interesting you brought up the name Michael Irvin. When Michael Irvin was asked about the T.O. Snubbing and what T.O.'s doing to this, Michael Irvin came out and said he was actually against the way Terrell Owens is acting.
Well, yeah, he's a crackhead. He's a fucking drug addict, and he got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Like, but baseball is, not letting Pete Rose ever into the Hall of Fame. That's bullshit.
Well, it's two different sports, and
well, I know, but it's the same mentality.
Yeah, it's a different Hall of Fame mentality, but. Remember, Terrell Owens, for all of his eccentricities.
Yeah, no, eccentrics. Yeah, no, that works. Signing the freaking camera with the Sharpie.
Terrell
all that
Owens
kind of stuff.
Never punched a girl in an elevator. Terrell Owens never got caught with any sort of drugs. Terrell Owens never got. All these things that these players are getting busted for now. Or the Michael Irvins on their ivory white towers saying Terrell Owens shouldn't act this way. What did Michael Irvin get caught with so many times?
Crack.
And he's in the Hall of Fame, and he was, I believe he was first ballot. Like, let's stop.
The same year that John Madden was.
If we're going to have this standard, look, was Terrell Owens a great locker room guy? I don't think so. I think that's pretty clear. But
receivers are so full of themselves.
They really are.
Like, that's really what receivers are.
It seems like it's a requirement. But, like, let's not act like, let's not do this full hypocritical deal of, well, I was on drugs and we did the hookers and we, the hot tubs and the things. And, well, that guy, he shouldn't be acting this. He should revere this. You didn't revere it when you were a player. Like, yeah,
you did the same shit.
It's like you do now because you're older, wiser, you're looking back on things. But let's not pretend. Let's not pretend you weren't. You
weren't that same freaking animal.
Michael Irvin. I mean, of all people to come out and have a statement about Terrell Owens. I mean, jeez.
Like, I got to give you some.
I mean, that's just ridiculous to me. Yes. Like, look, you can. I feel this is the way I feel about it. Like, you can either dislike or hate or whatever certain people, but at some point you just have to put, like, what did they accomplish in their perspective, whatever they did.
Sports.
Did they deserve it or did they not? It's like, take this whole deal of, well, I didn't really like that guy. He was this. Okay.
That doesn't even
It doesn't matter. You're not always going to like the people. I mean, people are the way they are. They're eccentric for a reason, but were they great at what they did? Yes.
Receivers are a totally different brand. Like, seriously, receivers are...
Yes.
I mean, you have to understand that receivers
noticed. They get noticed for catching balls and scoring touchdowns.
Well, of course,
if you don't throw the ball to them, they don't get touchdowns and they don't get yards, so they don't get noticed. It's
ridiculous.
It's weird, but it kind of forces a situation. It's like people say, well, actors are egomaniacs. Well, they're forced to be. It's like, look at me, I'm acting. Look at what I'm doing. It's the same way with a receiver.
Nice.
With a running back, you're going to hand the ball to a running back. The running back's going to get the ball. The quarterback's always going to have the ball in their hands.
Like receivers.
You can't help but look away. But a wide receiver, you can go a whole game without throwing the ball to the wide receiver, and you're like, what happened to that guy? Well, nothing.
That happened to Des Bryant.
Well, nothing. The quarterback just didn't throw it to him that day. I mean, they're really reliant.
Get open. But with like what you're saying with running backs, you have to give it to them.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it's not like a thing
they
where
get noticed.
Like they're open.
Right.
Like, no, like that's the play.
Yes.
You hand it to the running back, and like, okay, well, let's see how well you do with our current offensive line.
Yeah.
Good luck, buddy.
Now, on the flip side, I mean, I'll also say it looks petty. It looks petty on Terrell Owens' part as well.
It's totally petty.
Dude, just accept the fact you're in the Hall of Fame. Rise above the moment. I mean, you could ask both parties to do that, really. You say rise above the moment. Introduce Terrell Owens' name. He's not here. Oh, well, he was a great receiver, yada, yada, yada. Let's move to the next guy.
I am so thankful. I am so thankful to be a part of this elite club. Thank you very much, world. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Like, Terrell Owens out.
Yeah.
And he drops the freaking mic and, like, goodbye.
Yeah.
But he wants to be a little fucking pussy.
Yeah.
And I really want to kick him in the balls. Like, no offense.
Good luck with that. Have you seen him? That dude's jacked.
I don't give a shit. He's like 10 years older than me. I would totally kick him in the balls.
I was listening to radio.
Have any problem with that.
I was listening to radio. That dude swears to this day right now he could go play for an NFL team. I think that's kind of funny because if you could, then you would.
He's a retard.
If you could, you would, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you really could play for the NFL right now, you would. It's not like teams are going, gosh, so much talent right there. Well, let's look over here. It's like, no, there's a reason you're not playing in the NFL anymore, okay? All right? Yeah, he's jacked. He's way more in shape than I'll probably ever be in my lifetime, but he can't play in the NFL. Sorry.
He is in really good shape. He is in really good shape.
He's awesome. But
I mean, he looks good. He looks good.
But yeah, so.
But I would still kick him in the balls no matter what.
All right, it's official.
I don't have any problems with kicking Terrell Owens in the balls.
Drunk Tim wants to kick Terrell Owens in the balls. All right, so on to the next thing.
So I mean, that's going to happen if I ever see him.
Well,
there's a possibility that I actually might see him.
I don't think he wears a
cup.
But
I would totally kick Terrell Owens in the balls, like all day long. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing stopping me. There's nothing stopping me from doing that.
Okay.
So what do you got next?
Well, as it goes with balls, we're going to talk about ex-Louisville players are suing the NCAA for the removal of the 2013 national championship. Remember, this was removed because
basketball.
Yeah, I'm bouncing, and
we are totally bouncing.
This was removed. Well, this is stories from the week, so this is big stuff. But they're suing because the national title and awards were taken away. Because remember, Louisville had the scandal. They had some people within their ranks, of course, not Rick Pitino. He knew nothing about it.
I was about to say, the scandal, did that have anything to do with the coach, or what are we talking about?
Well, they had people that they hired, prostitutes, remember, for sex parties for the players. All right, so... they vacated the national title for Louisville. The staffer for them was Andre McGee. He's the one who hired, I guess, this main escort and other dancers to come and do the sex parties for them.
It makes me feel a little bit bad because I really feel like they deserve that, national title?
Yeah, that's where it gets a little bit murky, right? I mean, I understand that that's considered like conduct, whatever legal, whatever deal. Conduct that's unbecoming of blah, 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 blah. Like, we're going to pretend that other athletes aren't doing whatever. But, like, The fact that we're going to take a national title away from you, like it's not performance enhancing.
This is not Reggie Bush shit. This is not Reggie Bush shit where like you're given.
I mean, maybe it's performance enhancing. I don't.
No, I mean, you know what I'm talking about though. Reggie Bush, please take that Heisman away from him. It's beyond ridiculous. Like his mother was given rides, like limo rides. Please take that Heisman trophy away from Reggie Bush. Like, we have to have standards. We have to have standards.
Right, but we're not talking about Reggie Bush. We're talking about hookers. We're talking about, we're talking about escort. I mean,
any sort of hookers.
To an extent, there is, but I don't know if you would lose a national, like you no longer could say you won a national title because you had escorts to
because you had hookers.
I mean, not that I'm saying that yes, college athletes should totally get escorts. You know that there's like the fine line there. It's
like
not
Texas A&M's hey, let's do this.
I'm not promoting it, but I'm just saying, do they actually have a legal claim here? Do they have a legal shot? And it turns out, I mean, even from the attorneys, it seems like everything they're saying, I mean, yeah, there's money involved, but it doesn't sound like they're really all about money. They really are about just getting their awards back. I mean, they got like individual awards. Everything was kind of stripped of them.
Well, something that is...
Because they got some escorts.
This is a big problem, is people talking about college players making money. And this is going to be an issue for a long time.
Yeah.
This is going to be a big issue for a long time.
Even if they paid college players, it would be an issue. Don't you think?
No, I see that. No, I totally get that. Yes.
Like, how much do you pay them? Do you pay this person more than the other person? Well, Title IX would kind of get in the way of that, because Title IX would keep you from paying a football player more than you would pay the swim team. Well, good God, the football team is
That's really smart.
Making a way hell of a lot more money than the swim team.
Yeah, they're bringing in more money.
But according to Title IX, and that goes for male and female, you got to pay. If you pay one, you got to pay them all, and you can't.
No,
you can't sit there.
We don't
and
make as much money on women's fucking basketball or softball.
But you would have to, because of Title IX. And so when you start talking about paying players, you have to take that into account, or you've got to amend that. And do you think they're going to amend Title IX? I don't know.
Oh, man.
Now you're going in front of like Supreme Court and all that fun stuff.
I don't know if you know how I feel about this, but I'm going to tell you right now. I don't feel like you should pay a fucking college person, a kid, any money, ever. They are lucky to be having a free ride playing sports for OU all day long. Ever.
Ask anybody that's
you
got
gotta
a
be kidding
student
me.
loan of like a significant
Right?
amount.
Right?
But
come on, man.
And I get that, and the old guy in me definitely agrees with that. But I can also I really like to try to see the other side of it too, and that other side is the NCAA and some of these universities are really pimping out these players to an extent. They are making hand over millions in some cases.
A lot of money. A lot of fucking money.
The money's got to go somewhere. And as much as you would like to think it's going towards education...
Yeah, it's not going towards that at all.
I mean...
all up in their pockets.
Perfect world, you would love to believe it's going, we are really educating now. We won a national championship. No, that's not what's happening. Well, we won a national championship. Well, board of directors just got a whole bunch of money. Or it's just...
Sam Presti.
What's Sam Presti?
What's his name for OU that just
David
quit?
Boren.
David Boren.
Yeah.
Man, that dude was making a shit ton of money.
Sure.
Holy shit! I can't even imagine.
And he was making
how much money he was making.
He was making a ton of money even before that. I mean, guys like that are going to make money,
because you're working for an institution like.
Once you get to that level, you're there. It's just money making money. But it's just at what point do you say? And I can't answer that question today. I don't know at what point you find the fine balance between. Obviously, the universities they're not making money. Yeah, they're making money from tuition and people owing money for it for the rest of their lives, but they're also but they're making money from this collegiate athletics, which is like amateur athletics that are trying to.
Football is the number one.
Yeah, it's like their
taker.
own amateur leagues sending people to the pros, and they're reaping all the benefits. And I don't know what the happy medium is to that. I can't solve the world's problems on that one today, but I will sit here and I will say that it exists and that smarter people than me maybe should work on this, and maybe we can come to a happy medium, happy conclusion to it, because I mean, to an extent we got to agree, like it's this participation trophy society we're in now, where like I said, the Title IX gets in the way. We agree that the example I gave, the swim players should make as much as if they do decide to play. Well, we know that life isn't fair and life doesn't work that way. We know that the swim team person should never ever get as much as a football player because we
don't bring in the same amount of money.
The swim team at the end of the year owes money. They don't bring in money. The swim team does not bring in revenue to the university. They owe money at the end of the year, okay? That's just truth. And so we can't pretend that all things are equal, because they're not. Some people are better than others. Some people bring in revenue and some people don't. And it's just what it is. But certain
that's great that
universities
somebody
are required
wants to aspire to be a great swimmer or something like that.
Universities
That's fantastic.
are required to have a certain amount of sports. So you have to have so many sports in your just to be considered like NCAA 1 or Division 2 or whatever.
Like, that's a big deal.
But they certainly don't all bring in revenue. As a matter of fact, the majority of them don't. We don't watch track and field. We don't watch, for the most part, we don't even watch college baseball. I would argue baseball.
I would like to watch more college baseball, but they don't show that shit on freaking TV.
They do some, but if we're being honest, they don't.
It really sucks.
For one, they don't show it on TV much because it doesn't bring in revenue.
Like the college baseball, they have a considerable amount of heart, and I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm really more of a fan of college baseball than I am professional baseball, because the college kids, they bring it. They're like, yeah, this shit really means something to me.
It's a different game, yeah, definitely.
This shit means something to me.
Yep.
These fucking professional baseball players, they can die on sucking a dick for all I care.
Wow.
It's beyond disbelief how bad professional baseball has become. So show me some collegiate baseball. Please do.
It's funny that you mentioned Major League Baseball, and I listen to a lot of stuff. I've grown up a Major League Baseball fan, and
me too.
Being our age, I mean, I'm a San Francisco Giants fan, just put it on the record. And we grew up doing the old school things. We collected baseball cards. We did I was the nerd that studied the statistics. And
you probably studied more than I did.
The thing is, these days, is we're not talking much about Major League Baseball anymore, and that's just as a whole.
And there's a good reason for that.
There are some that are fighting for it. There are some that are trying to keep talking about baseball and keep it relevant. And I like that because I'm a personal fan of baseball. I personally keep up with it. We don't talk much about it on the we haven't talked any about it on the podcast yet, and up to this point. And it's not that I'm not a Major League Baseball fan. I love it. As a matter of fact, I'm excited here in a couple of months to go see a Giants home game. I love baseball.
You're wearing a freaking San Francisco Giants jersey right now.
But the truth is, Major League Baseball has been hit really hard from the steroid era and the lack of trust.
I blame Mark and Sammy.
There's so many names.
Barry.
There's so many names. And,
those three. Those are
Clemens. You can't leave out Clemens.
Clemens.
Major League Baseball has been hit so hard, and now, in order to keep up with the popularity, they don't even play baseball as we knew it. And again, old guy coming out.
It used to be a great game.
They realized it's like they realized because of steroid era that the thing that brought attention was home runs. So now what are you seeing these days?
Scoring.
What are you seeing these days? You're seeing guys who are or are not on HGH or whatever. Who knows? Supposedly they're testing for it.
Supposedly.
But now they're either swinging for the fence or they're striking out.
There are more strikeouts this year than have ever been done ever. I don't know if you know that statistic.
Yes.
This year.
Yes, I do.
There are more strikeouts this year than have ever been done.
Even two of the biggest stars in the league that both play for the Yankees, that's what they're all about. They either hit home runs or they strike out. It's Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton that they picked up from the Marlins. That's it. They're sluggers. They hit home runs or they strike out, and it's like a watered down version of great baseball.
Yes.
Because if I bring up the greats of the past, and again, I'm gonna keep laying the foundation of old guy talking here. The greats of the past, they hit all those home runs, but they didn't sit there and strike out.
No.
I mean, they struck. They struck.
The numbers.
They struck out. Everybody does, but
it was pathetic.
Not at this level. I mean, your Babe Ruths, your Lou Gehrig's, your Mickey Mantles. I mean, they just didn't. The baseball today is it's hard to watch. There's no movement.
Nowadays,
there's no movement. There's no movement. You're only watching for the pitch counts, and is that guy going to blow out his Tommy John surgery shit? And is that guy going to hit a home run? He didn't hit a home run. I'm going to go get a beer.
That's awesome.
That's baseball now. And so for the casual fan can't watch baseball because it's 4 hours of it's 4 hours of just, is that guy going to hit a home run or not? And it's getting to the point where
what can change? What can change this dynamic? Because that is totally the truth.
I don't know, because
that is completely the truth.
A lot of that's because of the public. They want to see the home runs, but a lot of these guys can't hit the home runs.
Which is the problem with freaking soccer.
You want to know the funny answer? The funny answer is we roid them all up. The funny answer is we let them all take all the steroids they want. Then they can hit all the home runs.
That's the funny and true answer.
Because if we let them get on steroids, they would hit all the home runs in the world they wanted to, and we as fans would be like, "Oh my God, can you believe he hit all those home runs?"
Right? You're totally right.
But at the
same time,
all of a sudden, Major League Baseball is watchable, right?
So how do you do that? How do you find that fine middle ground where
I don't know that we can go back to it.
You don't take away from
old schoolers.
Once you get
to here, I don't know that you can go back to here. It doesn't work it just doesn't play out well. It's not,
That really sucks for the sport of baseball. Because it's a great sport. It's a really great sport.
Oh, it really is.
It's a really great sport. It's fun to play. There is some strategy to it. I mean, there's no sport will ever have the strategy that football does. There are
some sports that are in danger of not making it in the future, and baseball's one of them. NASCAR's one of them.
Fucking NASCAR!
But
don't get me started on NASCAR.
Baseball.
Holy shit!
We're talking about World Cup soccer earlier in the podcast.
World Cup soccer is doing way better than fucking NASCAR is right now.
And so I think, here we are. We've got World Cup coming to North America in 2026. they're
looking good.
I'm not predicting it, but I'm saying that there is potential there, and there shouldn't be, but there's potential there that soccer could eventually get up to and eclipse Major League Baseball. How sad is that?
Exactly.
How sad is that?
That's extremely sad, and there has to be something done about it because obviously, baseball is America's pastime, all that kind of bullshit.
Is it anymore?
And
because
they're losing their fans.
Because
they're losing money.
You know what? The proof is in the pudding. You know what is showing is that baseball is no longer America's pastime.
It's football.
It's football, but you know what's quickly trying to overtake football is NBA basketball.
Yeah, NBA's looking good.
Remember, football each year starts looking worse and worse and worse with all the domestic violations, with all the concussions, with all this nonsense.
The lawsuits.
What's funny is the players union in NFL they got it to where they can't practice as much. They're not allowed to tackle, which means we're going to have shitty tackling in the regular season.
Right.
The NFL is going to be, we're talking about watered down. The NFL is going to be a watered down version of itself over the years as quickly as possibly this year.
It is.
And the NBA, here in this offseason, it's July 15th. What are we talking about? What's our biggest story? We talked about some World Cup because we wanted to be those guys. But the biggest story really is NBA and NBA free agency. It wasn't there in the past. This time of year, we'd be talking about what's going to happen in football. I can't wait for football. NBA is taking over.
Please give me my football.
I'm just saying, take notice. The NBA is taking over. I don't know how long it's going to take.
Hockey is really trying hard too.
Fuck hockey.
No,
Hockey's
seriously,
not gonna get there, man.
Like, have you seen it? Like, hockey is really trying to.
They're surviving.
Make their mark.
They're fighting for survival. Remember, that was a sport that was on the NHL was on the brink of bankruptcy. I mean, they really were not too many years ago, and they're doing well. They're doing better now, but they're not in the race. We're talking about of overtaking
NFL,
top.
NBA. That's it. Like
right now,
obviously MLB, like it is so down. It's so down.
The All-Star game is Tuesday night. We haven't even talked about that.
Right. The best of the best.
I could almost challenge you to list me 5 players from either league that are in the All-Star game, and I don't think you could.
I couldn't name you one. I
could because I'm a geek, but I'm saying for the casual fan.
Done some research.
I'm talking about the casual fan because honestly, people forget this all the time. What pushes or what makes a sport like really high is the casual fan. Love it or hate it. Your big fans are always going to be there. It's the casual fan that's going to take it to that next level. And if the casual fan is not entertained, they're casual. They're going to go elsewhere. And so if you don't know the names, like if you don't know the names of the people that are in the home run derby on Tuesday night, or Monday night?
No,
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
If you don't know the names, you don't care. Do you know who's in the home run derby?
I do not. I used to.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like 10, 20 years ago, I used to know. But the MLB has like really let me down. And so I went elsewhere.
They've got a real star problem.
That's exactly what happened.
They have a real star problem. You don't know Major League Baseball stars. I just mentioned earlier Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton for the Yankees hitting home runs or striking out. Answer me this: are they in the home run derby?
I don't know.
Neither one.
No, I'm more.
No, that's the answer. Neither one are in the home run derby.
Holy shit!
And those are some of the biggest names in baseball right now. Have you heard of Mike Trout?
I have.
He's not in the home run derby.
Like, he plays for a red team.
The Angels.
Cardinals? Angels, yes.
Have you heard of Albert
Mike
Pujols?
Trout's good. Yeah, of course I know Pujols.
He's not in it.
He used to play for the
Cardinals. And I'm not even necessarily advocating that he should be, but it's just at a point where there's all these guys that are in a home run derby that you don't know unless you're just an avid fan. You got guys in an all-star game that are in the game.
Now you're bringing in kids.
That you're an avid fan. You're not, unless you're an avid fan, you don't know who the hell they are. It's just like you don't know who they are. In the NBA, you know who the guys are. You know who LeBron is. You know who Kevin Durant is. You know who Steph Curry is. You know who Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City is.
That's so weird to me.
And yet you don't know who such and such is in whatever major market team and who's doing well.
Fucking Trout. Like, I mean, he's a big name in freaking major league
Trout statistically
baseball.
will go down as one of the greatest players of all time, and we won't even know it.
He will. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
That's where we're heading.
Nobody, like, I totally agree. Yep. Nobody will know who the fuck this dude is. Whenever it happens, 20 years from now, something like that?
If that.
Nobody will know who the fuck this dude is.
Seriously.
That's a sad moment for the sport of baseball. Holy shit, fuck.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's our old guy Major League Baseball moment.
Yes.
And we will talk some more baseball. It's going to just kind of, I'll call it ooze out, if you will, just because I've got baseball fandom in me. I'm sorry, it's got to happen. I've got to talk some baseball.
No, that was my first sport.
You can't just sit there and grow up with it as a fan like I do and not ever talk about baseball. So it's going to happen. So
that was the first sport that I fell in love with. I don't know if you know this, but yeah.
No, it's
a
great pure sport. When it's pure, and
it's really easy, and you got some like athletic skill, like totally do it.
Absolutely. So now we're going to transition to something. This was something that I wanted to talk about just because I thought it's kind of hilarious and ironic.
Oh, crap! What you got, man?
So music-wise, I want you to think about who one of your favorite singers is, female. That you'd like to do.
Ariana Grande?
All right. I didn't think you were going to pick her, but yes. Yeah, definitely. That's awesome.
I could totally do Ariana Grande.
All right. Next, who's second on your list?
Current stuff?
Yeah.
Katy Perry?
I'm going to help you out here. You love Halsey. You've said you wanted to do her multiple times.
Oh, my goodness. Halsey.
So, Halsey...
my goodness. Halsey looks just like my future ex-wife.
Exactly. And so Halsey...
Man, she looks good.
If you listen to the radio at all, you're going to hear a song more times than you probably even want to. It's a song called Him and I. It's a song she did with this guy named G-Eazy. Which
that's her boyfriend.
Aren't we getting a little lazy with our rapper names now? Like, come on, dude. Just like, can we just have some creativity? Does everybody have to be Lil something or G whatever?
Like Ludacris was pretty kind of ingenious.
But
like his name is Chris.
I'm talking.
So Ludacris. That was smart.
I'm talking current Ludacris. I think Ludacris's name is just fine. I'm talking all these little. There's like Lil Yachty and Lil this and Lil that, Lil Nubby and Lil Dicky and there's actually a Lil Dicky. I just said that, but you know what? I just thought to myself,
that's a real thing.
There's actually a white guy named Lil Dicky. And he's kind of like you gotta look him up. He's actually kind of a funny type rapper kind of guy. He's actually really funny. Anyway, never mind.
That's really like a real rapper name.
Yes, Lil Dicky. Look him up. And if you're listening to podcasts, listening to podcasts, I'm gonna give him some more views. Lil Dicky, look him up. But
I'm gonna have to look that up.
There's like Lil everything and G-Eazy and his name.
Now, what annoys me is how like the producer of the rap songs have to like shout out their name.
Oh, yeah.
Before every single fucking track.
They're getting recognition.
Colin!
His real name is Gerald Earl Gillum, just if you want to know, if you care. But Gerald is a nice little rapper guy.
Gerald?
Yeah, he spits some lyrics. And
that's like such a 1940s name.
Gerald Earl Gillum. That is
Gerald and Earl.
Dude, that is an old man name.
Kidding me.
That's an old man name.
1930s.
I think, yeah. I think he could have been more creative, but yeah, G-Eazy, way better than Gerald, whatever the hell.
For sure.
Well, the two of them did split up. The two of them were together. They did the song together, Him and I. Right? If you know the song, great. But like, yeah, they were together for a few months, and now they've split, which has got to be a little bit awkward because now you've made a song together about being together and yada yada, and now it's playing constantly. So it's kind of like, well, when we're kind of not with together, we're not.
So it's like hot right now.
Yeah, we're not with each other anymore. But here's this song that
keeps our single
playing on the damn radio. Well, there's a portion of this
song. So they're together right now?
No, they were not. They're not now.
Well, I mean,
they were like then.
The song is out right now.
Yes.
It's played they're not together anymore.
They're not together anymore.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, like, G-Eazy.
I can't do that.
G-Eazy, Gerald Earl Gillum. He was arrested back in May. He got in a fight, and he was caught with a little bit of this thing called cocaine back in Sweden. This bar.
Damn, that sucks.
So G-Eazy is living the life. G-Eazy is he's a player. It turns out he's been alleged to have cheated on Halsey. Now, if you know the song, if you've heard the song, you will know that there's a point where he says that if I was ever cheat on her, she would cut my dick off. That's a lyric. So I'm wondering, now that they're split, he allegedly has cheated on her.
Her name is actually Ashley, by the way.
Yes, I did look that up. I didn't care to write it down.
It was one of those, what's the word?
I thought Gerald was funnier.
No, that is funnier. But like Ashley, like she moved the letters around and stuff. One of those words that, like, if you move them around and all that kind of stuff, and it makes another word.
Yeah.
That was her ideal. That's what she wanted to do. And so instead of Ashley, it's Halsey.
Right. Now, he has allegedly cheated on her, confirmed sexting with another girl, doing the old dick pic move. But also alleged, like, you know. So in the song, he says, hey, if I was to ever cheat, she'd cut my dick off. So...
is that cheating if you just
do you stick with that?
Picture?
I mean, I feel like the lyrics are no longer true.
Is that what you're wondering? Like, is it cheating if you send a dick pic to somebody?
Hey, you did the song. Is she now allowed to come and do the deed? Is she able to bob at you at her leisure? Leisure?
That leisure. I think leisure is the right word.
Now I know the guys out there listening are just like, please God, why are we talking about cutting the dick off? But I just think it's funny, you know.
If you say
if you're gonna make a multi-hit song here,
and if you're gonna say something, you better back it up.
Yeah, be a man, even though you're about to lose your manhood in a way. Be a man and live up to your word. You know, just. Take it. You can reattach it. I don't know. Maybe we can Facebook Live it. That's how it goes these days. Facebook Live.
I'm totally down with that.
Cuts off Gerald's dick. I'm sorry, G-Eazy.
Can you imagine how many watchers or listeners or both would totally watch that shit? That would be amazing.
You know, a lot of people...
There would be at least 1 million people.
I think it's one of those things like a lot of people would say... I would not watch that. No way in hell. And then it would get like one of the most views of all time. Like Facebook Live would explode.
They'd be total liars. They're totally gonna watch that shit.
Absolutely, right?
I'm totally gonna watch that shit.
Oh my God.
All day long.
Oh my God. Is she doing the sawing technique or a quick chop?
Is there, I mean...
Are we using Japanese knives?
If I missed the first episode of this... Can I watch the second one? I mean, are you going to show it at 2 o'clock instead of...
Yeah, there should not be a part 2. I don't know why there'd be a part 2.
Well, for the people that, missed the first one.
No.
So, yeah, I would totally watch... Actually, if I was awake, I would totally watch both of them. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. So
I'm being totally honest with this,
and we'll come out and we'll say we're not for dick cutting offing.
Yeah, we're not condoning this,
but we are condoning be people of your word. You know, if you're gonna put it out there, Don't make a song about, hey, I'll never cheat, that she'll probably cut the thing off and then go cheat. I mean, at least give it some time. And damn, you
gotta have something.
It hadn't even been a full year.
You have to have some integrity, man.
For God's sake, man.
For the love of Pete.
I mean, I know.
Which is funny because you're probably gonna cut Pete off.
You know what's interesting to me is, and this is funny, we talk about this imbalance of men are dominating women, but honestly, I think G-Eazy is actually only popular because of Halsey. Halsey's big right now, man. Like, Halsey is so much, and here's what's sad. Out of the relationship, I would bet my paycheck that Halsey's the one that's destroyed over this relationship. I bet you G-Eazy's like, well, she's gone. Let me go find some hoes who know who I am. Like, I bet Halsey is like distraught and like, oh my God, what went wrong? I wanted to make that work. Oh my gosh, like, let's do the thing. And G-Eazy's like, well, did that.
Well, here's something you don't know about Halsey.
Yeah.
Is that she proclaimed to be bipolar. And then...
North and South?
Yes.
All right.
And then she didn't proclaim to be bipolar. She, like, said that was bullshit, that, whatever. But she's a crazy bitch.
Did she add a third pole?
She's a crazy bitch. And unfortunately, I'm a really big fan of crazy bitches.
Submit your name. I mean, she's single right now. She's on the rebound. You could be.
I could sing with her.
Drunk Easy? Maybe it's not the name that wooed her. I don't know what did it for.
Drunk Easy?
Yeah, you could spit a couple of like rap lyrics.
Some lyrics you had to like freestyle.
Yeah. Do a little rap. Do something.
I could probably do something, but like I'd have to tell her like I just got out the pen or something. I don't know. Like to like get her on the same page, and I would totally do that. And man, the sex would be amazing. Any hoozle.
All right. Well, that is going to be it for our podcast on July 15th here, 2018.
Two idiots talking sports.
We've lost track of time, just having so much fun. This is awesome. We're definitely going to be doing it again next week. Hope you're listening. And we're here soon. We're going to be talking, of course, we'll be talking about NFL predictions because preseason's about to start. We talked about the Hall of Fame game, and then after that, we're talking college football preseason and predictions.
Let's talk some like draft stuff.
Oh, we're gonna destroy all. I've intentionally kept away from football just because we're about to go full blast into it, and
most of our podcast is gonna be.
This is a great time of year. It's summer hot. It's really deadly hot here in Oklahoma, and we're all dying. But we're gonna make it, and then football will begin. So I can't wait. This has been Del Fuego and Drunk Tim. This has been the Two Idiots Talk Sports Podcast, also known as TITS. We thank you so much for listening. You all have a great weekend.
Thank you.